Barack Obama has parked himself in Washington, D.C., to keep a close eye on everything his successor does, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce and reclaim control. Although he's passively attempted several times in recent months while watching as President Donald Trump undoes everything he did over the last 8 years, the sledgehammer coming to his prized illegals was the final straw. Obama has stepped on Trump's toes one too many times with his inability to relinquish his role as commander-in-chief. With every move that the president makes to reverse all that his predecessor put into place, Obama has become increasingly infuriated. This likely led him to his breaking point where he burst into action to save the last shred of his legacy, to save his coveted illegals. Last week, Trump announced his plans and DACA as another step to resolve illegal immigration in the country, which Obama was a huge proponent of. Perhaps he didn't take the president all that seriously until today when Trump put a timeline on the plan. That's when Obama got desperate and decided he's had enough, and showed up as a superhero to illegals to say Trump's not capable of his job, and he's assuming the presidential role. Cat Stevens for Freedom Daily reported earlier today about the significance of ending the DACA program before it was found out what Obama was doing behind Trump's back. The ending of this project is a huge deal for a couple of reasons. Not only is it good for America to take back the power that we lost when illegals began to stomp all over our nation's laws, but it's reversing presidential overreach by our former commander-in-chief. Obama took it upon himself to basically give our prizes to about 800,000 illegals who arrived in our country illegally, and everyone turned a blind eye. That was completely out of line, and President Trump is giving back the power that Obama took from Americans. This alone would be enough to royally enrage the illegal-loving president, but in combination with everything else Trump has done against him, Obama used a power move in what should be his final overreach, despite being out of office. Barack Obama is coming out swinging at Donald Trump's decision to end his pro-immigration program, DACA, calling it cruel and condemning the White House for doing so, TMZ reported. 44 posted a 2-page response on Facebook Tuesday, not long after Trump announced his decision. It's a huge departure from Trump's 140-character jabs on Twitter. Barack really unloaded in this tirade with the fate of all of his favorite illegals on the line after Trump announced they could all be gone by February 2018. Barack starts by acknowledging immigration can be a controversial topic, but says ultimately there should be no threat to the future of young people who are here through no fault of their own, who pose no threat, who are not taking away anything from the rest of us, TMZ's report continued. What makes us American is not a question of what we look like, or where our names come from, or the way we pray. What makes us American is our fidelity to a set of ideals, that all of us are created equal. Barack Obama wrote today. Barack ended with a plea to Congress to basically listen to him and ignore the actual President of the United States, and stop the destruction of DACA from going through. However, in making this huge move, he failed to mention one major issue that came out about the DACA recipients he was personally responsible for, which perhaps he's trying to cover up now. Like everyone Barack carelessly let in at a fever pitch rate, he didn't vet a single one and allowed many to bypass background security checks. The Gateway pundit reports. AG Sessions slammed Obama during his news briefing Tuesday morning. At least 22 times Obama said he couldn't do executive amnesty himself. Then he implemented an immunity scheme via executive fiat. In bypassing Congress, Obama blatantly ignored the rule of law that is the foundation of our democracy and violated his presidential oath to uphold the laws of this land. President of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton said in a statement Tuesday that the Obama administration bypassed security background checks for DACA recipients, which of course puts Americans in danger. Judicial Watch has been battling this issue for years, Fitton began. We exposed, for instance, how President Obama's administration bypassed security background checks in lean and light procedures to grant amnesty to these illegal aliens, contrary to their promises to the American public that there would be thorough vetting, and so as a result we can be sure that there are many people who have this amnesty who don't deserve it, Fitton continued. Not only do these illegal aliens cost the American taxpayers billions of dollars, they are incredibly dangerous as well. Just like the Syrian refugees, we don't know who they really are. Breitbart News reported on the murder and rape that DACA brings to our communities. Remember, the median age of a DACA recipient is 23 years old. The liars in the media continue to push the narrative that DACA recipients are helpless toddlers and babies. Obama himself even said that the DREAM Act was temporary and not a path to citizenship or amnesty. Listen to what he says. It's not Barack Obama's job as a failed former president to insert himself in program changes now. He had his chance and proved he isn't capable of making good decisions on behalf of the country and is just trying to save his legacy, not the nation. It's the actual president's job to enforce the laws, which Trump is trying to do. Congress is responsible for ensuring the welfare of American citizens. Obama is trying to block that from happening.